Hey guys, wanted to make an updated Narcan video. Since the last one with Kimberly, our city has provided free Narcan in our public libraries as well as vending machines throughout the city. And I wanted to review and revisit some of the reasons why one might give Narcan, as well as what we're trying to achieve with Narcan. On the table are three different forms of Narcan. We have one that you might find in a vending machine or public library. We have ones that first responders and healthcare providers are going to use called pre-filled syringes. And then in our class, we have Narcan during our practical scenarios going to be found in syringes with a MAD or an atomizer device. Okay, so we'll start off with the ones for healthcare providers. So these boxes are and medications are called pre-filled syringes, meaning a lot of your life-threatening medications will come in this form, and they look like this out of the box. So you're going to have a pre-filled vial. There's nothing you have to draw up. It's very simple. And then there's a syringe. And if you have seen the show called Emergency, it was on NBC prior to Chicago Fire. It was following the LA County Fire Department. The paramedics on that show made it very cool when they would pop off the caps. So there's a yellow cap and a purple cap, and they would pop off these caps. And if you look closely, there's a needle right here that's going to penetrate this gray stopper, and it's going to give access to the medication. So you're going to bring these two together, and you're going to screw until you kind of feel some resistance. And at this point, you take this other yellow cap off. It's ready to go. All you do is, this is a lure lock. If you were a paramedic, you can attach this to a patient's IV. If you wanted to give this intramuscularly, then attach a needle to this via lure lock. But because we are within the BLS scope of practice, we're going to attach an atomizer, and then this is ready to go for intranasal administration. So that is a pre-filled syringe. As far as the layperson's Narcan, it's going to be found in these boxes, and these boxes have instructions inside the box, as well as paper instructions when you open the box. And there's going to be 2 doses of 4 milligram one-time use Narcan. And if we were to open and peel back the wrapper right now, there are more instructions in here. And then this is the actual Narcan delivery device. And there's a big red tab, which is begging us to squeeze. And so if we were to put this up someone's nostril, this is all it is. It's just one pop. That's it. It's kind of anticlimactic, but that's how we would administer Narcan intranasally. And as a reminder, our goal with Narcan is not necessarily to wake someone up, but rather to restore adequate ventilation. So if we were to review the signs and symptoms of an opioid overdoses, you're going to see mental status decline, respiratory depression. Maybe in those two combined, you might hear what type of airway sounds? Snoring. Respirations, perhaps. You might see track marks. You might see some drug paraphernalia, needles and syringes. But sometimes, not every overdose is intentional. Sometimes they can be accidental. And so someone maybe with a knee or hip replacement recently prescribed pain prescription pills. So pain pill bottles around the room. They might have taken 1 too many or 2 too many pain pills, and they might not have intentionally tried to overdose. So our goal with Narcan is to restore adequate ventilation, because if we were to wake someone up, we might be putting them in a state of withdrawals, right? So they're in a state of high, and then we bring them down to a state of withdrawals, and it's going to be a sickness, abdominal pain, agitation, aggressiveness, sometimes even projectile vomiting. So our goal is not to wake someone up. And if you do, that's okay, just monitor them. But, I've heard several times from, we have street Samaritans in the city that, check up on our tent cities. And if you were to wake someone up from an opioid overdose and an ambulance arrives, that patient might not necessarily want to go to the hospital. And that's their choice. If they're ANO times 4, we can't kidnap anyone. So the goal of Narcan is to give someone another chance at life. All right, that's pretty much it. On the exam in our class, we would just have a full syringe, a pre-filled syringe with an atomizer, and I want our students to demonstrate how to use the lure lock and apply the atomizer, and then verbalize as well as demonstrate that they would give 1 milligram in each nostril. So it'd be like this, right? It'd be a fine mist via this atomizer, right? So that's pretty much it. If there's any questions about Narcan or opioid overdoses, then drop them below. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video.